What's up guys, it's Denodon here, and today I'm trying to build a minimal aircraft in Kerbal Space Program. So as you can see, we're in the spaceplane hangar here. Now I'm going to try and build a minimal aircraft not by part count, but instead by size and mass. So to do that, we're going to first of all start with something light. Now all the manned capsules, they're quite heavy, so we're going to disregard those. So we're going to go with this pod here. It's a probe and it's very lightweight, so we'll start with that. Now let's see what we're going to need. We're going to need a fuel tank and we're going to need an engine. So we'll go through. I want to find the smallest fuel tank I can find. So we'll go with the FLT 100 and we'll place that. Now that's actually quite big, but what we'll do is, because we're planning this to be a jet, we don't need the oxidizer. So we'll just remove that. So that's our start. Now we're going to need an engine, so we'll go with the turbojet. So we'll stick the turbojet on the back, and there we go. That's the core of our aircraft. So now what we're going to need is some wings and then a way to actually take off and land this thing. So we'll go across to the aerodynamic tab and we'll go for the big swept wings, because I think this thing won't be going terribly fast and we'll want the lift. So apply symmetry, and there we go. Now it might be a good idea to bring up the mass and lift, and we have a bit of a problem at the moment, but let's hope we can rectify this as we go. So put some control surfaces on and get them in position. That looks okay. Now we've got a bit of space, so we'll put the small ones on, because why not? Control surfaces are good to have if I can figure out the right arrangement. There we go. Now we need some vertical tail, so we'll go with these. Stick them on the ends of the wings here and go like that. So we've got a bit of an interesting looking thing here at the moment. And now we need a wheel also. And I'm thinking, to keep things light, we'll go with a single wheel. We'll make this a mono wheel aircraft, and then we'll just deal with the difficulty of trying to land such a thing. So once I can get that in place, there we go. Now that's in more or less the right position. Now we're going to need air intakes. So we're going to need to grab some of these because I haven't got any other room to put others. We'll put 2 of them for good measure. And there we go. It's a weird looking thing, but let's just see what we can fly. So we will call this Mini Flyer 1. It's not a great name, but it will do. So save and launch. Alright, so now we're on the ground, so we're going to zoom in here, and you can see because we've got a monowheel, the plane is sitting on the ground pointing almost directly up. Now this is actually good for us, as it means that we might not need to actually pull up to take off. And you can see over there, I've got the glide rover still, I haven't removed it, and a beacon, which is some sort of light. I tried landing on the vehicle assembly building, but it kind of fell apart. So why don't we go have a look at that if we can. So we're going to enable the engine here, and let's try taking off. Bit of throttle, we don't want too much, and straight away it goes up, but it's going to do a flip, and no, that's not quite what we wanted. But look at those wings, look at how gracefully they drift towards the ground. There goes one, and there goes the other. Nothing survives, so let's try and restart that. Revert to launch. And now we'll try flying this again, only this time maybe we'll apply some stability, just see if that does anything. So, minimum throttle, accelerate. Wait and see how we go, and no, same thing again. This is because we actually have the thrust a bit too low compared to where our mass is, but maybe we can overcome that with simply applying more power. This is Kerbal Space Program, and applying more power is always a solution to all your problems. So how about we go max throttle, hit the engine, and how are we going? Nah, not any better. But we got a more impressive explosion. That's something. but still nothing survives except for those little bits you can't actually click. And here we go, tipping back on its tail again as we turn around to have a look at this design. We'll see if this does any better. So SAS on, throttle to max. Let's activate the engine, lean forward, and are we going to do another flip? We're going to do another flip, and still no result. So actually, let's try and do things a little differently to what we are. So we need to move the mass forwards and keep the lift back, but we also need to keep everything in line. So how about we try sticking some wheels on the wingtips? Let's not go with a monoplane. And we want 2 of them, and this probably is a really bad idea, but this is Kerbal Space Program, so again, doesn't matter. If I can find the orientation, there we go. We still have a problem, but let's fix that. We'll remove the engine. Actually, we'll remove those as well. Actually, we're pretty much just rebuilding the entire thing. Let's replace that. We'll put a bit of a bigger tank on. And by bigger tank, I mean we'll go with the 400 actually. If I can find it on the list, there we go, the 400. We'll stick that on the front there. And once more, remove the oxidizer because we don't need that. Now stick the engine back on, grab the wings and put the wings back on. And are we any better off than we were? By the look of things, not really. But we've still got more to add on to this, so we've actually got a bit of a dihedral, but that's fine. We'll put the intakes there, and we need to put on some nose gear. So we'll put some nose gear on the front here. Turn that around as forward as possible. And we've got a little better than we had. It's probably still going to fail in spectacular fashion, but that's okay, that's what we're here for. So we'll name this one then Mini Flyer 2. So we'll save that and we'll go launch. Okay, here we are. Now the plane's sitting at an angle, but it's a bit different to what it was before. This is a very strange looking thing. Now let's try applying some throttle, stability, and see if we can fly this. Well, we've got off the ground, that's a good start. So put the gear in, let it speed up, let's see how fast we can go. Fly past our rover. Goodbye, rover, you didn't work as we wanted you to work. And we're accelerating more and more, but we're not actually going terribly fast here. Well, not going terribly fast, still doing 230 meters a second, but this isn't as fast as we perhaps would like. So let's bring it around and come around again. Let's fly back towards the vehicle assembly building. Align ourselves up. Let's do a fly past of that beacon that's right on top. See if we can spot it. We've got a bit of yawing issues here. This plane isn't terribly stable, but I'll try my best to fly it. And there we go, if you couldn't really probably see that. And we're getting a bit low. Let's try and turn around again. I want to land this, so put the gear down. Let's cut the throttle. This thing seems a bit more stable as you slow down, which I suppose makes sense to someone. So we'll turn this around. Are we going to bother trying to land on the runway? I think we shall. It's probably best if we land this thing on the runway after all. So we'll turn it around, bring it in, and line it up. We're drifting a little. And so let's think, what have we got with this design? We've got something that flies okay, but I think we can do better. I think we can make this lighter still and faster, the all-important speed. So, bit of a bump there on the forward gear. Now let's try and come back down. This thing glides really well. Now let's brake, tap the brakes. So we're in the air again. Brake, 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 brake. Slowing down, slowing down. Let's try not to lose the engine. See, this thing is really stable at slow speeds. I think we're actually onto something with this. Or maybe this is just me being delusional as a result of the spectacular failures before. But no matter. So, we're slowing, brakes are on full, and we're still not stopping. We're on the ground, but we're not stopping yet, so we're actually speeding up slightly. It seems that whoever makes these brakes should be fired. They're not doing their job. Imagine trying to do an emergency stop in this, and we go off the end of the runway. We lost the engine, but we stopped. So that's something. So let's go back and let's try and make this lighter. Alright, so what can we do away with? Well, maybe let's get rid of the end wheels again. Those are adding an extra bit of weight on the end. If you look at them in the editor, each wheel weighs half a ton. I don't know why they weigh half a ton, but they're ridiculous. So let's try and simplify things. We want one of everything, basically. Let's try and make things align, if it wants to align. Almost. There we go. No, not actually. There we go. Whoa, what's going on there? No, get back on the front. No, get on the front of the plane. There you go. Grab the tail, get the tail in the right spot. And there we go. That's looking a bit better. Now, can we remove these, or will that upset our balance? We can remove those. Can we remove anything else? No, but I'm going to move this wheel back just a little. Try and make it a little more controllable. And now this may not actually turn out any better, but we will see how it goes. We will save it as Mini Flyer Free. So save and launch. So here we are, back on the runway with our newly on its diet aircraft. And it's tipping over onto its side straight away, so that's maybe not good. But we can only find out, so let's throttle it up and try going for a flight. So, look at that takeoff, just perfect. This thing is actually flying decently. So, and it's picking up, spoke too soon, and there we go. No, what's that? Let's see. We've got an air intake that can apparently survive collisions. Oh, maybe not. And we've got a little winglet. Go, little winglet. You can do it. You can fly endlessly as you pick up speed and plunge towards the water. And you were the only thing left, and all hope is lost. Let's try that again. So let's revert to launch. Now, maybe we don't want full speed right ahead. So let's take off with half power. Let's go, pick up some speed, get off the ground. Let's try and get a little bit of altitude first before we try and turn like we did before. So we keep climbing here, gain some altitude, the speed's increasing, and so far so good. Let's try and do a turn. No, that turn didn't work out very well. Let's try and recover it. Cut the thrust, try and get it out of its spin, but it doesn't seem to want to do anything. Slow it down, but too late, and we've launched intakes into, I don't know, but they've gone quite high actually. So, actually, I have a better idea. Maybe it's that vertical tail that's causing us problems. Compared to its size, it's only got a tiny little control surface on it. So how about we remove that, and let's stick a better one on. Let's go with the AVR8 winglet. Let's stick that there. This one completely pivots, so we should get a little bit better performance from it. So we'll name this 3.1, we'll save, and we'll launch. So here we are, loaded up. Now we've got a new control surface that may help things, but it might not. Let's get some thrust. Let's go full power, because I like full power. Take off easily. Try and gain some speed, gain some altitude. And we'll pitch up a bit. Look at the speed as it increases. This is actually a pretty efficient design if you're trying to make something that can go as fast quite quickly. Of course, whether it will be actually controllable or not is another matter, but that's not what we're here for. No, 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 that didn't help. Come on, let's try and recover. SAS on, SAS off. That's not helping. Let's try and do something with this. No, 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 doesn't want to work. We can try, but I don't think we're gonna recover. Oh, wait, 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 maybe we have, maybe we have. Have we recovered? Yes, we've recovered. There we go. See, all it takes is a little bit of... and we lose it almost immediately. So, I don't think that design is going to work. But, no matter. I think I'll have enough there for now. Maybe I'll come back and try this again. But for now, take care, enjoy Kerbal Space Program, and safe landings.